today we are on the letter Y. This is one of my very favorite letters in the alphabet, largely because you can customize it so well. It's fairly symmetrical and it's just one I really love. So the big things with the letter Y, especially when you draw your frame, is that what we call the crotch. Yes, I know that's terrible, but we've talked about how letters have arms and legs and stems and shoulders, and the letter Y has a crotch. So that is right here, and you can see where it's placed a little below the X height. And then when you draw it, adding in all your other elements, it'll be just a little below the mean line there. So you have your downstroke here and here, and then this is your upstroke. So I'll start with my thicker upstroke here, my thicker downstroke. And again, I'm just eyeballing my width. I can play with it a little more once I fill it in and kind of have a better visual. And then my thinner upstroke, that's really thin. And then you can cap it off, fill it in, and kind of work on refining it. So I think that side needs a little, this should be roughly the same. So I think I need to add a little width on that side. And then this feels a little too light to me already, even without filling it in. So that will get a little extra width. But when you fill it in, it's a lot easier to kind of judge where you need to make your refinements. And then your serifs will go here, here, and here. For the lowercase y, essentially the same thing. Again, the crotch is gonna fall slightly below that baseline, and then you also have a tail with this one. So you've got your straight line. I actually even will like to draw mine kind of like a V, and then whoops, and then turn my page and add my tail. And again, this is your downstroke, so you're heavy here, and then this actually is drawn down too, but we actually, when we're drawing it the classic way, just like kind of with the U, we're weighting it more like an upstroke. And that will curve around, and you're gonna try to keep it the same width. So this one is another one of those where I'll do kind of sketchy and let it be super imperfect, fill it in, reduce my opacity, and then trace it again. And for a beginner, that would be something that, works well for you with all the letters even. That one needs a lot of refinement, but I'm gonna move on just in the interest of this being the 25th video of this series, and you've learned a lot of these tips by now. So with the serifs, they are gonna be here and here, but a lot of times with the letter Y, you will see a terminal at the end. So there is a ball serif, which is just a circle. There is a crescent serif, which kind of looks like a swash, or you could do a teardrop terminal kind of. And again, that depends on the style I'm drawing, what the rest of my letters look like, determines what I do. So I did a quasi ball serif. It's a little more oval shaped on this, but you get the idea. So same thing once you move on to your script style and we're doing the kind of faux calligraphy, you can see by my example where your weight should go, and we're almost always working on somewhat of an angle with this. So again, I like to be quite sketchy as I kind of figure out what looks best. Sometimes I will use the straight line tool to kind of ensure that I'm getting a nice smooth look. I'll add a little weight on both sides and just keep playing with my lines and curves until I'm happy with them. And then again, reduce my opacity and redraw it one more time. Same thing, your Y, we have the descender on both of these coming way below the baseline. And that is really it for the letter Y. There's a quirky thing or two with the letter Z, and then you have completed this whole how to draw the letter in 3 foundational styles: sans serif, serif, and script with me over the last couple months.